Hello, Life Path 7, and welcome to your readings at the round table for your monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer, and you can't see Yasmin. She's back here. She was feeling sort of left out, kind of lonely, so I added an extra bed in here for her. So now she gets warm because I have the heat on. It's cold, even though it's St. Patrick's Day, but I'm wearing green, so it's okay. She gets like warm because the heat's blowing on her, and she moves over here, and just, yeah. I've managed to really make my animals mad because I moved around my office. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, Life Path 7. This is a reading for April 2023's numerology. And look, I'm wearing a flower shirt. I'm trying to bring in spring. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying. So, there's a lot going on in April, but not nearly as much as March. March was a game changer month, astrologically speaking. It was a game changer month. We had a lot of big things happening. Pluto, Saturn moving, Venus, Mars, Mercury moved twice. A lot of stuff happened in March. It was a big month. A lot of energy, just a lot of stuff happening. April has some stuff happening. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as intense as March. So, in April, of course, we have some religious holidays. We have Easter. We have Passover. We have Earth Day, which is not technically a religious holiday, but it still should be celebrated. Yeah. I love entering April because as we move into April, we're really feeling the energy of that Aries, like the sun being in Aries and that Aries energy. The sun is exaltant in Aries, so the sun loves being in the sign Aries. It's just wonderful. This month in particular is fantastic because we have our second new moon in Aries. First new moon was on the 21st of March, or hasn't happened for me yet. But the first new moon was on the 21st of March. The second new moon in Aries will be on the 20th of April, just after midnight. So, keep that in mind when I get to the 20th. So, on the 3rd of April, we have Mercury moving into Taurus. Not too shabby. Not a bad place for Mercury. On the 6th, we have a full moon in Libra. On the 11th, we have Venus moving from Taurus, where it rules, into Gemini. Also not bad. Venus just doesn't like being in Virgo, so that's okay. On the 20th, our busy day. So we have our second new moon in Aries. We also have a solar eclipse in the last degree of Aries. Yeah. And we also have the sun moving into Taurus around 4:15, 4:30 in the morning. Depending on your time zone, this is Eastern Standard Time, but 4:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time-ish, is when the sun moves into Taurus. So, again, another good time. Then, here's our little bonus, shall we say. I did say solar eclipse in Aries. On several of my other videos, I said solar eclipse in Taurus because I was talking about the sun moving into Taurus. It is a solar eclipse in the last degree of Aries, just to make sure I said that correctly. On the 21st, we have Mercury going retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde about 3 times a year. That's why everybody thinks he's the boogeyman and he's the troublemaker. And I have to admit, I've been guilty of that myself because I am double ruled by Mercury. So, it happens. But Mercury moves really fast, so he goes into retrograde more than any other planet. Not a bad thing. Not bad. It does break down communication. However, if you have to do things like sign contracts, buy a house, buy a car, whatever, all of those things happen in life. So just make sure that you're reading very closely. Make sure that you're double checking yourself. Make sure that you have good documentation. And make sure, above all, again, that you are double checking everything. And just being very sensitive to the situation. Very important information here. So Mercury does go retrograde on the 21st. We do start feeling the shadow of Mercury retrograde 10 to 14 days before it goes retrograde and 10 to 14 days after it goes direct. So for you this month, this is a 9-month. So this is transitions, completions, releasing. And I, for one, think this is great because we're experiencing our second new moon in Aries. We have a full moon in Libra. This is a wonderful time of releasing and just feeling that completion. You get a second round of energy of new moon in Aries. And with Mercury in retrograde, it's a great time to clear out. It's a great time to clean out. So you can clean out the spiritual, the physical, the mental and emotional clutter. Just clear it out. This is a great time to use some logic. This is a wonderful time for you to prepare yourself to move forward with courage into your next step. Because you can't have new beginnings without endings, without transitions. And that's what this 9 energy is about for you, Life Path 7. This is a completion of a cycle. And I love it because here we are again in spring. And this is a wonderful time for you to have that transition. It's a wonderful time for you to have a phase change. I love the energy of the 9 because it is about rebirth. It is about being philanthropic. It's about embodying the flow of this moment with courage and change. So this is a great time. This is a fantastic time for you to step into choices. And choices are great because Spirit will not back us into a corner. It won't. Life Path 9. Life Path 7. Sorry about that. It won't. Life Path 7. Spirit will not back us into a corner. But in order to have those new beginnings that we've been asking for, we do have to have some completions. We have to have some change. And we've got to clean out our clutter. I know. So the shadow effects of a 9 is fear of change and fighting change. Being impulsive, being moody. And the shadow effects of a 7, of Life Path 7, is self-imposed isolation, feeling insecure, self-doubt, and really running from problems and decisions. How you can best get past the shadow sides of both of these things is to say, yes, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm worried about this change, or I am a little on the fence about what's going to happen here. I'm a little insecure about how I feel right now, or about this big change that's coming. But embracing it. But embracing that and saying, okay, yes, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm feeling insecure. Yes, I'm feeling some doubt. But pushing through that and saying, I'm going to embrace this transition. I'm going to embrace this change. I'm going to do the best that I can. And it really is going to help you out enormously because you're working through the flow of the moment with courage. Yeah. And which is so incredible for you because Life Path 7, you've already mastered the harder things. Something that we're all working in this year. This is a 7-year. This is your year. So this is something that you've been working on your entire life. That spiritual connection, that spiritual study, that spiritual expansion. Making sure that you understand that you're a graceful spirit. You find insight, beauty, and peace everywhere you go. This is a wonderful time of contemplation, introspection, investigation, analysis, assessment, discovery. Again, I love putting all those words together. I love it. It makes me so happy. But this is a wonderful time for you, Life Path 7, because as you are in this place of philosophy, contemplation, introspection, you're going through these transitions. You're going through a cycle completion. And you're releasing and letting go of some of this spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional clutter. This is a fantastic time for you. It truly is. And this is a time of rebirth. This is the springtime. And 2 new moons in Aries. It's going to be great for you. I really think this is going to be awesome. So I'm excited. I'm so excited that I'm pulling from 3 card decks this month. Yes, I added a 3rd deck again this month because of Mercury retrograde. So I decided to pull from Moonology as well. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Bridget. Now there's 2 in here. There's one called Bridget and this one is Bridget. Kind of feel like that's appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. All right, this is from the Goddess Guidance deck. Let me pull from the Crystal deck. And the Crystal cards and the Moonology cards are 2 of the decks that I rarely, 2 of the decks that I read from the book, and I rarely do that. But these are such fantastic books. You can't not read from these books. These are awesome. Brazilianite? Flexibility. New moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. That's awesome. You know what? I'm going to start with Moonology this time because the book's on top and I'm lazy. Okay. Life Path 7. New moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests that there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being totally in an altered state. A new beginning. That's awesome. There could be some confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. So stay positive when you're manifesting, in other words. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. Although, you being in a month of a 9, logic is something that you're supposed to be doing. But I think that this is important as well. Listen to both, really. Okay, Brazilianite. Well, here we go. Flexibility. Maybe this is what flexibility is talking about, is to use logic and your emotions. Ha! Wow, that's a pretty one. Brazilianite, flexibility. Brazilianite resonates the energy of flexibility and empowerment, offering it to all who cross its path. It gently guides you to release tension and loosen the reins so the divine light of the universe is able to ebb and flow into your life's experiences. It shares its wisdom in divine timing as you open to receive its magic, allowing you to practice flexibility in all aspects of your life. Flexibility makes it easier to make decisions, creating and allowing more inner peace. That's awesome. It assists in decision making, brings inner peace and self-awareness, enhances flexibility in your life, and assists in enhancing creative projects and self-empowerment. Wow, that's awesome. And the last card from the Goddess Guidance deck is Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Well, all right, Life Path 7. I think this is pretty awesome. And I think April is going to be such a wonderful time for you. Transitions, changes, and anything that you need to let go of, now's the time. Stand up for what's right for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate you, Life Path 7. Thank you for supporting me on my channel. I truly do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out your weekly zodiac readings. That's with me also on this channel. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful April. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.